This week, Valve dropped a bombshell that items in the Armory Pass will be rotated out. The Stockholm 2021 stickers that had a massive rise in price over the past few weeks have started to dump, and we'll review some of the skins and collections that might not be on your radar, but should be. Welcome to this week's market report. Let's start off with the breaking news. The EG Holos and most other Holos in the Stockholm 2021 collection are free-falling. While these stickers are still massively overvalued in my opinion, the price has nearly halved in the past 24 hours, and it seems like the dump has begun. Renegades, Godsend, EG, and all the other Holos you've seen posts about and being mentioned as the next big pump are starting to fall back to their normal prices, and we'll also likely see the prices of the capsules themselves begin to decline over the next week or two. It seems like anyone who made a purchase in the past week or so is going to be left holding the bag, a very expensive bag at that, on these items for years to come. I saw a lot of posts online about how this is a missed opportunity and how to predict the next pump and dump, and I'll just say, you shouldn't feel bad about missing out on this pump and dump. If you weren't a part of that inner circle that started it all off, you likely would have been left holding the bag on this one. There's plenty of ways to make money on the CS2 market, and this should be treated as the anomaly and not the expectation. Okay, with the craziness of pump and dumps out of the way, let's talk about the Armory Pass. With the single tweet and line item in the patch notes, Valve has fundamentally changed how the Armory Pass skins will work. At this point, you've probably heard that the gallery case, graphic collection, and character craft stickers will be removed from the Armory Pass, which has led to the prices of these items skyrocketing over the past few days. Two major open questions remain that nobody has the answer to. What is the time frame around last chance? And are all of these items being discontinued or just moved to the rare drop pool? This section of the video is completely speculative and nobody has the answer except for Valve, but I'd love to hear your thoughts below as well. Let's start with the easy one. For time frame, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the gallery case on October 3rd. So my prediction is at the 1-year mark, all the items that are mentioned in the patch notes will be pulled from the armory at that time. Now for the harder question, what does last chance mean? Are the items going to be fully removed? Let's start by laying out the data that we do have. Historically, the past few operations in CSGO, items were removed immediately afterwards. The second piece of evidence we have is that Valve has never had 2 cases with the same golds in the active drop pool. If we think about the cases that are currently in that pool, both the Kilowatt and Gallery case have kukri knives. The last piece of evidence we have is that all 3 items are the least popular in terms of items unboxed. For example, the Gallery case is about 196,000 coverts unboxed, while the Riptide case, which was an operation that lasted about 5 months, so about half as long, and we can see similar trends across the other items as well, indicating that these 3 items were the least popular. Considering all of these factors, I think the most likely scenario is that these items will get moved to the rare drop pool. I'm going against what the market thinks here, and if we look at what Valve's philosophy has been so far, it seems concentrated on quantity of sales over the quality of sales. What Valve and the CS2 community care about are 2 very separate things, and in my personal opinion, I think Valve as a company would want to keep this revenue stream open rather than creating a new set of rare, high-value items that don't necessarily generate more cash for Valve. At the end of the day, the Armory is just a cash grab. These are just my thoughts after looking at the evidence though, but let me know what you think in the comments as well. Before we move on to our next topic, I checked my metrics and nearly 93% of you are not subscribed. If you want to help my channel grow for free, please hit that red sub button below. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. That's enough speculation. Let's talk about some of the other movements in the market this week. The Phoenix and Train collections have absolutely spiked in value this week. Both of these collections have evergreen investments into some of the more classic Counter-Strike skins, which makes me think that these will be longer term investments rather than a short-term pump and dump. I'll caveat this by saying that a 40% price increase in a week is not organic at all, so make sure you do your own research. Treat this as a flag that if you're holding on to some of these items, now might be the time to do a quick price check. Finally, we'll close out today's video with some of the items you should keep on your radar. To keep this as more of a recurring sequence within these videos, I'm going to start tracking how $100 put into some of these items I mentioned would have performed over the past week, so check back in next week to see the results. My recommendations this week would be to split your money between Danger Zone cases which have been in free fall over the past 7 days, and the Ruby Wave Lenticular. For the Danger Zone case, the skins within the case have steadily risen in price over the past month or so, which makes me believe that we will see a price correction soon. And for the Ruby Wave, I think most players are going to spend the next week or two heavily redeeming the character craft stickers, so less Ruby Waves and Elemental stickers in general will be available on the market, making this an easy flip. I think if my original prediction that items will be moved to the rare drop pool rather than completely removed is wrong, this is one of the best hedges to hold right now. If Valve does fully remove the character craft stickers, we are going to see prices rise for these stickers as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video and today's breakdown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.